With Samsung really stepping up its game with the Galaxy Z Fold7 and all the other manufacturers making really great foldables, I just had one question while I was using the Honor Magic V5. Is it still the best? The Honor Magic V3 was one of my favorite foldables from last year, and I think that the Magic V5, although we've only had a little bit of time with it, is on track to become the best foldable available here in the Philippines. Let us tell you why. Now, we don't have an official price for the Honor Magic V5 right now, but based from what I can hear from retailers and all the other people who are poised to start selling the smartphone, that it's gonna be under 100,000 pesos when it arrives. And while I generally don't recommend buying a smartphone based on the pre-order freebies, Honor actually has some great pre-order freebies for this phone if you buy one. So if you are actually taking a look at getting your own foldable for 2025, this is definitely a good option for you. Now, Honor has made a big deal about how thin this phone is. At 4.1 millimeters when it's completely open, it is definitely one of the thinnest phones in the world, but that number should have like a little asterisk beside of it because the camera bump actually negates most of the gains that they get on thinness. If you put the phone folded with the Magic 7 Pro, you'll see just how substantial that camera bump is. One thing I really like about the Magic series is that these foldables, when completely shut, they feel like you're using a regular phone. You're not carrying a very thick device around. Daily driving, this phone doesn't really feel a lot different from the Magic 7 Pro that I've had for almost 5 months now. Our review unit came in this awesome looking Dawn Gold colorway that uses a gradient that transitions from dark bronze to lighter champagne gold. It's a very good way to make the phone stand out, and that, added with the small details in the hinges and the camera module, makes the phone look incredibly premium in the hands. Add to that the phone's improved IP58/59 water and dust resistance, and you have a visually impressive smartphone that can take a tumble without breaking. Now, the Honor Magic V5 gets a 6.43-inch OLED outer panel that has a 120Hz refresh rate and an almost blinding 5,000 nits of peak brightness. Now, open the phone up and you're treated to a 7.95-inch internal panel that has the same brightness and refresh rate. Now, as for the usual crease, it's there if you really look for it, but it's hard to see most of the time. I barely notice it when I'm using the phone, and that's with me really looking for it. If you probably have eagle eyes, you'll probably see it, you get annoyed with it, but most, like 99% of people, won't really notice that crease. The displays look incredible, and if you pair that with the stereo speakers on both sides of the phone, and you have a really good multimedia device. Honor has upgraded the camera package on the Magic V5, which is also the main reason why its camera bump is so big. Now, the cameras are composed of a 15-megapixel f1.6 main camera with PDAF and OIS, 64-megapixel telephoto camera with f2.5 aperture and 3x optical zoom, and a 50-megapixel camera with an ultra-wide sensor. While I'm still reserving my final judgment on the photos that this phone produces for our full review, my initial verdict is that it produces flagship-grade images from the snappers on the back. Now, images taken from the main camera are crisp and clear, and low light performance is very good. Camera performance is a usual weak point for foldables like these, but from what we can gather from the images we took is that the Magic V5 is as capable as any flagship out there, which makes the increased size of the bump almost worth the trouble. Now, this particular foldable is armed with the best processor currently available for smartphones. That is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite processor that is paired with 16 GB of RAM for our review unit and 512 GB of storage. Benchmark tests of the phone show that the processor is a bit underclocked compared to other phones rocking the same processor, probably in an attempt to reduce thermals under full load. That being said, you're really not going to see any issues when you're using the phone. It runs as well as any other 8 Elite equipped phone out there when you're using it for navigation or just social media and all of the games. Absolutely zero problems. Since it's a foldable, Honor has added a few software tricks to make this thing like a productivity powerhouse, especially if you're out traveling and you have a portable Bluetooth keyboard with you. I love the fact that the case for the phone has its own stand, and if you pair the phone with a wireless keyboard, you get a fairly compact productivity tablet that just folds up instantly when you don't need it. The Honor Magic V5 has a huge battery inside of it. It's 5,820 mAh, which is pretty big considering it is a foldable and how slim it is. That's good for a day and a half's worth of juice, although fast charging is limited to 66 watts for wired and 50 watts for wireless charging. Again, like we said earlier, we don't know the official pricing of this particular phone as of yet, so we can't really definitively give you our verdict on this phone. Know this though, I know that Honor is trying to keep the phone under 100,000 pesos, and there's really an effort to drop the price even further down below 90,000 pesos. If that is true, if they manage to get the price under 90,000 pesos, it is one of the best foldables when it comes to price to performance, especially when you compare it to the other available options in the market, like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7 and Vivo's own foldable. We'll have to wait for the official announcement to know for sure. That is pretty much it. We are very impressed with this phone. We are going to be using it as a daily driver for the next few days, and we will report back. Just keep an eye on our Facebook, our socials, to see what the updates are on this phone. Now, if you have any other questions about this phone and any other phones that we actually featured, let us know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.